Are we there? Are we on? We seem to be on. That's good. That's good. Sorry, there was some technical difficulties. My OBS seemed to crash, but it seems to be working fine now. Luckily was solved within 5 minutes. Drank some tea. It always makes my throat kind of dry. But, hey, it's been far too long, but we're finally back to streaming Homestuck. Can't believe it, honestly. But as you may have seen in my latest video, I moved. That's cool. I hope the sound levels are nice stuff. People actually hear me. There is noise, right? Hi, unknown. That there, my friends, is Unknown, or Unknown3200. He makes some great content. He also helps me on a couple of different game projects we're working on, including... Good, you can hear me. Including a game called Macro Engineer out now on itch.io, which you should probably check out. It was made for a game jam a while ago, but I'm still very proud of it, especially in music. I made the music. Anyway, we're not here for me shilling my own content. Who am I kidding? Of course we're here for shilling my own content. But that can wait for like later or stuff. Right now, we're focusing on Homestuck. This webcomic that you might remember that's very weird. Probably shouldn't pick my nose. Anyway. Right now we are at page 440, which is at the very beginning, but technically out in Act 2 out of 7. Although Act 6 is like half the story, so we've still got a ways to go. So, anyway. If you really want to know what's going on, guess you can read this entire thing. But, basically what happened is that there was these 4 kids. John, Dave, Rose, and... I remember the last one. But what's important is, what's important is that things are getting bad. There was a new video game that called Burb, whatever you want, however you want to pronounce it. But it did some stuff. Everything and made some meteors fall, and now the world is kind of in danger. And if you really want to know everything in all its details, you can go back to the old live stream VODs and check out those. There are 2, less than 4 hours total, each of them. Anyway, what matters, right? But anyway, this is Rose. Alright. But let's go. Months in the past, but not many. Months in the past, but not many. Alright, snowy area. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's Rose. Fluffulu. I don't remember that. Hi, happy birthday, Rose. Hello and thanks. Did you get John's present yet? I just opened it at this very moment. What a stunning coincidence, you would ask about it now. I'm stunned. Yeah, I know. What will you make with it? And who said it was something for which something else could be made? John did tell me what it was, duh. Suppose I'll take a stab at learning the craft. It's the least I can do in response to the subtlety concealed in his gesture. He often tells me I need a new hobby, but when I make perfectly reasonable analytical remarks. Oh, but Rose, I don't think he meant anything like that by it. You see, not everybody always means the opposite of what they you see, not everybody always means the opposite of what they say the way you and Dave always do. Maybe. His birthday is in a few months, is it? Yep. I finally finished a present for him. I've been working on it for years. Years? So hard to tell when you're joking, or even if you're even capable of it. I smelled it too, so it is sure to get there on time. It'll take a while to get anywhere from here. I'll probably craft something with strong sentimental value. That should burn him. I don't think you really mean that. I guess not. So shall I expect a green package dropped to my house via airmail from whatever screwball cranny of the globe you're tucked into? No. Sorry, but you're sort of hard. But you are sort of hard shop for. Besides, I have something for you today that I think you will like better than something in a box. Oh, it is a tip. This is already intriguing enough to compensate for the grave scarcity of lavish gifts parachuting from the sky. Please go on. Did you have a pet a long time ago that died? Yes. Okay. How did you feel about your cat? Love him a lot? Okay. I didn't mention it was a cat, or that it was a male. Let's pretend I'm surprised and you're embarrassed to move on. And you're embarrassed and move on. To answer your questions, I would describe feelings toward the animal as lukewarm. Okay. That's fine. It doesn't really matter, I think. Just someone told you you could play a game that would bring him back to life. If someone told me that, I would regard the remark with a great deal of skepticism. That someone was you. On the other hand, then I would have to ask preemptively. That's someone you. Yes, that someone is me. I just thought you might find it interesting. So what is this game? Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying it's all. I think you'll hear about it later, and maybe you can talk to John and Dave about it. They're way more into all that stuff than I am. I'll see what the word on the street is about it in due time. For now, I should probably order a copy of Knitting for Assholes. It would be a shame if I ran late with John's present. Dave, get katana. You capture lock your katana. Yeah, capture lock stuff. Important. Prepare to venture out into the apartment to retrieve your bro's copy of the game. First, maybe, just maybe. Ooh. Neat tip. When there's this S symbol here, that means there's sound coming. Music specifically, usually. I guess it's just ambiance. Whoa. What's going on? That looks gnarly. Is it repeating? I can't tell if it's repeating now. Oh, it looks like there was two different frames almost. I don't know how this works. Cool. Whoa. Dude, that bird is long gone. It probably won't last long in this heat anyway. You don't even know what's up with this sick heat. The sun threatens to set, but it won't steep off. It's staring you down like the big red eye of a hot needle skipping on a groove it's tracing round the earth. While lingering in midair, its heat seems to suspend time itself, stretching it like warped vinyl. It's meant to rain this season, but there ain't even a drop in sight. Even a little drizzle would help. It would help to fizzle the zizzle a little bizzle. Get the record straight on this global turn sizzle. So don't change the drizzle. Turn it up a little. Don't change the drizzle. Turn it up a little. I got a living room full of fine dime bristles, waiting on the pistol, the dizzle and the shizzle. G's on the bizac, my ladies we gizzo. And the pimps in the crib, ma. Drop it like a tot, drop it like a tot, drop it like a tot. I don't know if that's cool, if that's what it is. Hey, English romantic poet, John Keats. Dave, exit your room and go into the living room. Sorry, little dude. Coming through. Gotta put you down for a bit. Figure you've left him hanging long enough. Dave, hastily enter room with wild abandon. You barge in and see a familiar face. A friendly face. You stand in the living room. Your bro spends most of his days in here. Tonight he crashes on the futon over there. You don't see him anywhere though. There's the puppet chest he stores little Cal in when he takes him out on gigs. But when he's home, he usually leaves Cal on display somewhere. And with good reason, because Cal is totally sweet. So sweet. Man. Pity the fool. If your brother's Mr. T puppet, which of course is kept in the apartment with a sense of profound humorous irony, but as usual with your bros exploits, this is no ordinary irony, or anything close to pedestrian tier 1 ironic gesture, which is a meager single step removed from sincerity. This is like 10 levels of irony removed from the original joke. It might have been funny like 8 years ago to joke about Mr. T and how he was sort of lame, but that was the very thing that made him awesome and badass, and that his awesomeness was also sort of his joke. But in this case, the joke is the joke, and that degree of irony itself is also the joke, and so on. Only highly adept satirical ninjas like you and your bro can appreciate stuff like this. It's cool taking stuff that other people think is funny, but you know it really isn't, and making it funny again by adding subtle strata of irony which are utterly undetectable to the untrained eye. Also for good measure, Mr. T is wearing a leather thong and handcuffed to a pantsless Chuck Norris puppet. God, you hope you can be as good as your bro at this someday. You'd never tell him that, though. Don't get fist bumps. Cal's nowhere in sight. All you see is a bunch of your bros' weird nude puppets strewn around. Haphazardly. You guess these things kinda sort of. Oh, is that an Xbox? 7 Xbox? No, that's a 360. I had a 360 then when I was younger, I believe. I don't know. Probably. It looks like a 360. He was out at this point, I think. It looks like your bro was playing. It's not like him to leave in the middle of some totally intense gaming. Not like him to misplace Cal either. Man, you hope the little guy's alright. Man, it's a mess. Oh, there you are, dude. Didn't see you there. You been chill today, Cal. Cal is the man. Dave resists great urge to play Bro's Xbox. Failed to resist the urge. You start thrashing up stunts. Something uncanny brutal on your quest for mad snacks, yo. And get this way rude hunger under control. Shit is basically flying off the hook. It's like shit wants nothing to do with that hook. The hook is dead to that shit. Or you get stuck in some poorly modeled 3D fixture or something, like a railing or a piece of wall. Now it's a reset. Dave, give a little Cala, bro, fist bump. Oh man, you almost forgot. Gotta give the Seaman some props. Dave, check out your bro sweet gear. Your bro has so much sweet gear, it's hard to keep up with it all sometimes. Here's his computer set up. He's usually got a lot more stuff cooking on here at any given moment. Since he's not around, you might as well sneak a peep. Oh hell no! Your bro's computer is password protected. Protect all the incredible top secret shit he's got on the burners. Of course, you know what the password is, and he knows you know it. You're both cool with that because password is the most awesome thing it can be. He went to the password. On the desktop is a hodgepodge of unnamed folders to store all the stuff he's been working on. No one can decipher his organization system but him. He also tends to use the application complete bullshit to keep up with a ludicrous amount of websites and new feeds he monitors to say HIPAA. Scene. Dave, open complete bullshit. Complete bullshit content. This is complete bullshit. I can't even read that. Dave, check if Sweet Bro and Hello Jeff has a sweet update. Your bro keeps up with your project in your bro keeps up with your bro keeps up with your project in his aggregator, just like you keep up with his. He's tuned into your various blogs and of course Sweet Bro and Hello Jeff. You navigate to the latest comic in one of your many bullshit feed brand things. Dave, mouse over the orange stripe containing plush rump. Another one of your bro's many ironic website. The difference here is he rakes in thousands of dollars a month through this enterprise. Muppets are a multi-billion-dollar a year enterprise, and it's awfully hard to resist taking a firm squeeze with a plump other of that cash cow. Dave, stop wasting time and look for bro's beta. Guess you messed around on his computer long enough. Better get a move on before it's too late for Rose, or worse yet, your bro catches you. My god, the rumps. Transfixing. You know this is ironic and all. And your bro reaches echelons of irony you could only dream of daring to fathom. There are occasions when you guard us down. It seems just a tad settling. Uh-oh. Hey. Hey there, Cal. Give a little Cal a nervous fist bump. You're sort of starting to flip the fuck out, without losing your cool, of course. Dave, pester John to ease your nerves. You get Egbert on the line again to give him the lowdown of your progress. You feel it's important to keep the wires hot. Not answering. You wonder what that guy's up to. Hey, what is up? What happened with the monster that is totally definitely in your room? Did you kill it? Where are you, man? Anyway, cool things are cool. Things are cool here. Totally cool. Bugs are still awesome. No problems with them or anything. Like, just really, really awesome. Looks like Rose is finally locked in again. Didn't John say her house is burning down? I wonder if she's on fire yet or what. Dave, pester Rose. Oh, there you are. John said your house was burning down. Are you on fire yet or what? No, for now I've retired. Safety of a smaller building, which is much closer to the forest fire threatening my residence. Oh well, that's a relief. John told me to get the game to help get you out of there, so I'm working on that now. Working on? Yeah, my bro's copy. Long story. Hey, don't tell John this, but I think he might have been right about the puppet. So it's starting to out a little. You're referring to your brother's collection? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool and all, the semi-ironic puppet thing or whatever. Semi-ironic. Man, I don't even know. I'm just starting to think some of this shit is going a little far and it's kind of fucked up. I've seen his websites. Well, yeah, you would. Oh man, I wish little Cal wouldn't look at me like that. Those dead eyes, Jesus. Sometimes I dream he's real and he's talking to me and I wake up in a cold sweat and basically flip the fuck. Interesting. Oh god, why did I just tell you? You're going to have a field day with that. I am currently scrolling notes furiously into one of the many psychoanalysis journals I maintain for you. Published papers forthcoming. Because, you know, it's not like either of us have anything better to do in the moment than evaluate each other's radically debilitating pathologies. Yeah, I'm gonna get moving. Oh, have you heard from John? He's not answering me. He won't answer me either. Yeah, I'm watching him. I suspect he is preoccupied with the fact that he just had a bucket of water dumped on his head by the ghost of his dead grandmother, who also happens to be dressed like a clown. Alright, I'm out. Later. Seconds in the future, but not many. John, what are you doing? Snap out of it! John, what are you doing? Snap out of it! We ought to discuss what your grandmother told you, don't you think? Fine, enjoy your stupor. I'll go about my business elsewhere. Rose, deploy the punch to Cynix. John, whenever you read this, you should know I put the shell you collected to use and finally deployed the punch to Cynix. It is in your study. I can only drop it though. You'll have to be the one to mess around with it and see what it does. When you're finished with your weird histrionics, maybe you could give it a try? I'm updating my walkthrough and it would help to know what it does. What are all those things? Also, I should probably warn you that your house and yard are completely infested with monsters now. Try to be careful. So, oh, I can see. Stupid lousy imps are looking up all my cool stuff. Oh, there you are. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm not sure what came over me there. I was acting really crazy for some reason. My head feels like it's clearing up. I think I'm alright now. John, rebuild the claw hammer and return it to Specibus. You're getting way better at that sort of thing. John, confront Pogo Ride to prepare yourself for Nana. Thank God your sanity has returned to you so you can entertain extremely rational coherent thoughts like this one. You examine the Pogo bike from the bathroom window. You do not like what you see. Hasn't been playing anything. Those sons of bitches. No one risks painful injury on your green slime goat's Pogo Ride. No one but you. Anyway, Rose, drop something heavy on one of those simps. Rose, my piano! Sorry. No nuance to these controls at all. I was hoping to bludgeon the imp without letting go of it. Guess I can't really do that. A broken piano isn't the end of the world, though. Yes, you're right. Need to pick up the spoils in person. Can't interact with a crystal. So, That means I have to go out the back door. Yes, is there a problem? It's out dumb, but... Avoid Nana and her spooky ghost cookies. You're right. You're right. That does sound dumb. Can you see her in the kitchen? Yeah. What's she doing? Is she baking? Say that. Are you sure you can't get the grist up to me somehow? Maybe. Rose, use pogo ride to fling grist through window. It look like that grist is going anywhere. You just never know with these gaming abstractions. Rose, drop pogo ride in John's bathroom. John, get grist. There you go. Why can't you check out the Sonics? You can do that while I get to work. On what? Piano, level up for slaying the imp. The piano, in its valiant effort, has unfortunately been slain. If it hadn't, it would have raked in so many $1 you have no idea. So many. Rose, it's time to build. Jesse, we need to build. Yes, it's a build, so that's what I'm doing. Oh yeah, okay. This sure is going to take a lot of grist. Looks like you're going to be busy, John. Blah! Well, what are you building? Yes. Really expensive, actually. Oh, man. Could have warned you about stairs, Rose. I'll try recouping some of the grist from the catwalk I built there earlier. It keeps happening! Oh, good. Looks like I can get a refund for early allocations. I told you, Rose. I told you about stairs. Okay. Consider me fully briefed on the matter of stairs. Now, if you don't mind, it's hard enough to concentrate on this without immersing ourselves in Strider's non sequitur. You know, he thinks pubs are cool, does he? He's so dumb. Rose, use build grist to construct observation tower on roof. What's all the grist? Okay, you obviously don't have enough grist yet for something that ambitious, but you can get started with something of a foundation for upwards construction at least. John, check cabinets for imps or useful items. No imps in here. A lot of shaving cream. Dads love shaving. That's basically all they do. When they're not baking, that is. John, bring 2 cans of shaving cream. And capture lock 2 cans of shaving cream just in case. You never know what you'll need to burst out a hilarious shaving cream Santa beard to ratchet up your prankster's game, but your telescope goes flying through the window. John, ride pogo ride. Little cramped in here for any sort of proper reckless pogoing. You just grab it and hang on to it until the right moment presents itself. Towel floats back down on the rack. Cycle of stupidity is complete. Rose, check up on Nanaco and see what's cooking. Neat. John. Ooh. Nice. John, make your way to the study. It's a lot of imps. Looks like the imps have been taking a shine to the crux extruder. Cruxite and black goo everywhere. John, ride Slimer Pogo and one up that imp. Okay, it's not Slimer Pogo, but you can mount it anyway and brandish your deadly armaments. John, ride your steed to victory. This is incredibly dangerous. John, flip the fuck out. Let's see how they like the old double barrel Lather or whoops, oh shit! Mr. John, respectfully ask that you please stand up. Don't move while the pogo gets it. Now, so boy, flee from this boorish rappel post haste. Nice abscond, dude. Refrigerator, level up for slaying. Refrigerator, level up for slaying that imp. The refrigerator skyrockets up the echelon ladder to a new run. 5-star General Electric and earns 285 boom dollars. Things are really looking up for this feisty appliance. Well done, John. Polite congratulations. For some reason, you feel a sense of positive reinforcement, wherever that feeling is coming from. It sure is a welcome change from your erratic moods earlier. Now, my civil fellow, I have a well-mannered query to ask. Block the entrance to the studies to give you some space to work with the Sonics. John, imp's behind you. Did I take care of it? You trapped your PDA again, didn't you? Why did you have to pick up all that stupid shaving cream? It's so pointless. Rose, drop something heavy on one of those imps. Fuck it. Here's. Let's keep playing this. John, might I bother you for a can opener? Oblivious to the commotion behind you, suddenly you find yourself pondering the whereabouts of a can opener. You think there's probably one in the kitchen, but the path is brought by your refrigerator. John is completely unresponsive. What the hell is that nincompoop doing? Years in the future. But let's not get totally carried away here. His eye darts around the page like a honeybee gathering the nectar of wisdom. And his pin adventures. This song is pretty good, actually. Appendix. Alright, Spur Beta. TT. I can't take as many as I'd like to for comprehensive documentation, but what it's worth, here's what I managed to collect so far. More captures for... I guess that's very... just pictures. Co-player John assesses his environment after transition to medium, followed by Sprite Sans Kernel. Prototype once pre-hatched, completely useless in this form. Severed from suburban grid. House remains mysteriously powered. Convenience presumably facilitated by gaming, which perhaps deems navigating a powerless house to be a handicap. Handicap less in keeping with the spirit of GameSpot's statement of challenge. Internet connection remains stable as well. Will likely remain stable until the internet itself is compromised by some external friend. Something like, oh, let's say hackers. Kill monsters, get grist, build on the house. That's the game. Don't know what the point of this was at the time. Floundering trial and error on exhibit. Unsuccessful attempt at tier 2 prototyping. Knowing what I know now, I might have avoided using a backbreaking bot Mercium for practical jokes rife with antiquated lexicon and racist aphorisms. Either that or I might have tried harder to succeed. Final screen before I lost my internet. Final screen capture before I lost my internet signal for a time. I don't know what happened thereafter, but when I returned, the car was nowhere to be found, and the driveway plateau was in a state. Disrepair. Mysteries. Will they ever cease? Try prototype once more with grandma's remains. She treats John to some helpful exposition in a friendly and maternal manner. Weirdo. Co-player has displayed inexplicably capricious behavior since arrival. Stress-related, contracted virus indigenous to realm. It should be noted that he was kind of a weird guy anyway. The Sonics deployed. Still no clue what this does. At mercy at co-player's foolish prioritization tendencies. Charlie. What? Okay, I guess that explains it. Cool, cool. Grist. Grist payload from Charlie. Grist payload from slain foe. Whether I deal damage or a co-player does yield the same, though I have a significant advantage in battle. Taking measures into my own hands deprives John of hand-to-hand combat experience, which ostensibly will become more critical later. Building, the point. Building upward, the point, sharpened and directed. Steed. Steeds, what steeds? Hath the whirlwind a home in your manes? Is there a sensitive ear, a alara as a flame, in your every fibre? Hearing the familiar song from above, all in one accord, you strain your bronze chests and heavy hooves barely touching the ground turn into straight lines cleaving the air, and all inspired by God rushes on. Barbasol Bandit. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck he's doing here. Since I didn't even see that message. Yeah, Sans Homestuck. Definitely. Really? Another one of those things. Really? Egbert family? Really? You have kidnapped of his kidnapped father's room. I can't see and hear for some reason. Perhaps this is because John himself has never entered the room. It is possible that I can see only, in a sense, what John can see or has seen already. I have not found the time to discuss this with him yet. If he enters his room, the question may answer himself. Rose, construct a loft above John's room. Well, that was cool. What now? Hey, that was all the rest. Ladders seem to be a bit cheaper than stairs. Hello, John. It appears we have reached an impasse. Yes, it seems so. The opener dilemma remains unsettled, most unfortunately. It is unfortunate, I guess. What are we talking about again? But it has been a pleasure nonetheless. Thanks for the courtesy. It's not really necessary, but thanks anyway. Oh, but thank you. Okay. Thank you so very, very much, dear favorable small primate. I shall take my leave now, John. Until next time. Wait, where did all this sweet loot come from? Why is there suddenly a crumpled hat on your head? John, Galagrist, examine the Cynics. Feeling especially economical with your behavior suddenly, you scoop up all the grist in the room and turn your attention to the punch to Cynics. Oh yeah, old folk here. We have 8 people here. Hey, hi everyone. Didn't notice everyone came along. That's good. Feeling especially economical with your behavior suddenly, you scoop up all the grist in the room and turn your attention to the punch to Cynics, all in one fell swoop. The device features a countertop station with a keyboard set up, not unlike an old-fashioned computer. There's a blinking red light and a diagram that's etched into a panel. Rose, answer Dave. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I getting this stupid game for you? You're the one who should be steep in puppet ass. What is the specific problem? The problem is if I'm up in my goddamn neck in a fucking puppet dong. Oh, you like the mannequin dick. Accept it. I'm enrobed in chafing, wriggling god fucking damn puppet pelvis. An obscenely long, coarse Kermit cock has been dragged across my anguished face. Let's put this into perspective. You put up with the puppet prostate because you love it. Also, of course, is a good word. You don't seem to harbor any sympathy for the fact that I've buried fuck deep into this lively, fluffy muppet buttock. I'm whirling into this terrible cyclone at the epicenter of my own personal holocaust of twisting foam noises. It's like the fucking apocalypse of Perky Proboscis here. Like, the Proboscalypse, I guess, are going to start rapping about this. What? No, listen. Tongue of flesh, perhaps of home, bounceless twixt the cliff of foam. Oh, Jesus. Of apocalypse your thoughts eclipse a painted pair of parted lips. That dare through kiss to stare the air. It teases tufts of orange hair. And through faces flush in lovers' fits, hang snug and plush as gloves befit. Okay, they can suddenly shut your perfumy trap for half a second. This is serious. I'm just saying, if I can find one more soft bulbous bottom being like kind of jutting out or imprudent or whatever, I'm gonna fly off the handle. I'm gonna do a sort of acrobatic fucking pirouette off the handle and find and like a middle or some shit. Let's hope. Squishy derriere somewhere below the handle to break your fall. John, observe back of the first visible capture lock card. Flip over the top card containing your pogo ride. Anytime you capture lock something, a new code appears on the back of the card. Always wonder what the code was for. These things are hard to read, but then you never really found any reason to decipher them. Until now, perhaps? John, examine the reverse side of hammer card and strive specifus. Looks like the cards from your strife deck have codes too. And your capture code is seen on back of pogo ride card. You enter the code DQ blah 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 into a keyboard. At least you think that's what the code is. The red light switches off, a green light begins blinking. Also, not for anything, but I'd love if more people commented that would make this more fun. For everyone. Including you guys. John, insert card. Oh. Type in the other one. In the interest of due diligence, you crack the other code and repeat the process with that card too. Both cards are now punched with different hole patterns. John, attempt to retrieve Pogo from card. Oh, well, that should just be a simple matter of... Uh-oh. It looks like it's trapped now. You don't see how you can access the item anymore. You store a new item there for the matter. These cards are pretty much useless now, and the items they contain are toast. Maybe all is not lost. Recalling from your experience with the pre-punched card, you may be able to use the cards to replicate the items in question. You got the codes right, that is. John mashed keys heedlessly. Not quite through with your cowboy empiricism, yet you mashed the keyboard to generate a random code. You entered DSKJ HSDK. The Sonic stopped you after 8 characters, which appears to be the maximum length for a code. The green light goes on, signaling its readiness for a card. You might as well burn the shaving cream since the product is not exactly at a premium in your household. You can also figure out how to merge the 2 cans to 1 card. I'm a little sad that your dad isn't around for this. You have a feeling you would get the real kick out of the idea of duplicating more shaving cream. And punch a card with a pattern that is no way related to the code for the item it contains. This should make for an interesting experiment. A very, very interesting experiment. That science is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, you just burned your other card in the process. Your deck is really dwindling now. Maybe you should have thought this through a little better. On the plus side, you just freed off your PDA, which is overflowing with the pent-up chatter of anxious pesterers. It's not an animation, it's just a guy looking in. Hi. Oh. John, answer your chums. Puppets, awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Don't say Godhead. Change his mood to rancorous. John, I'm about to throw a bass off through your wall. Watch out. Wow, that was so totally unnecessary. I made a shortcut upstairs. I thought it would be a good idea to get up there and try the cards as soon as possible. You weren't being terribly responsive. You mean these stairs? Man. Look at these shitty stairs. They're so narrow, I'm supposed to climb these? They're perfectly navigable. I'm saving the grist for now. Keep slaying foes, collecting grist, and expanding the cash limit. We may not need to be so economical with our resources in the future. So why didn't you just build a way up through that hole into my dad's room? You ever been in there? No. Exactly. Huh? I'd rather not get sidetracked. I'm more interested in further exploring the mechanics of the game and watching you discover what sort of outlandish harlequin decor your father keeps in his room. Oh, come on, what's the big deal? Just climb up and go right through. Will you? Yeah, why not? You're saying you've never wondered what's in there or why it's been kept a secret from you. Well, I mean, yeah. And trust me, won't be going right on through. You're saying there's something like troubling in there? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you see in there? I can't see in there. No. But I don't have a very good feeling about it. Whatever. I think I can handle a few more stupid clown paintings. Rose, move punch card into John's room. Rose, drag some crockside towels up to John's room. John, collect grist, examine safe. You swoop up the bountiful supply of grist generated by your co-player's recent exploit. From now on, it will probably go without saying that you'll not have any grist lying around without making a big fuss over it. Check out the busted safe, which has made a noble sacrifice in battle. So if your father's odds and ends have spilled out, including some old newspaper clippings, and 2 rather hefty tomes, it's a fair bet that these books comprised at least half of the weight of the safe. John, examine Family Tome of Humor. It's another copy of It's another copy of Colonel Sasgray's daunting text of magical frivolity, practical cheapery. This one looks really old, perhaps an original printing. Could be the same one involved with your grandma's unfortunate accident on a fateful day. Dad would never speak a word about it, but maybe Nana wouldn't be so tight-lipped. You give it a cursory perusal. It appears to be similar to yours reprinting, listing all the japes and chicanery you have come to know and love. You should capture lock it. Think you might give it a closer look later. John, examine contents of safe. Father the Gemp. Saving Almanac. So you're good. So take a look at the other book. You're sure Dad thought this was a scintillating read, but it looks pretty boring to you. Maybe you'll crack into it someday when you're old enough to shave. Everything in this safe is very obviously very important to your father. Wonder why he kept it locked away from you. Some things about him you will never understand. Common horographer. Way in the 19th century. Wait, no, it's 20th century. Anyway. 20 for abuse. Saying anything, it's not fun. It's not fun when no one is commenting. I should be reading this myself if no one's commenting. Hey, you 4 people there. Yes, I'm calling you out specifically. Comment something, please. Anything, something, anything, even if it's stupid. I'll laugh at it and this won't be nearly as boring. Anyway, let's get back to the common horographer. Space rocks knock local burbs block off. Populace oblivious to broader significance at best, assuming there is any, which there definitely isn't. Shortly after 4 a.m. today, a downpour of meteors in a residential neighborhood became yet another instance, a pattern of recent rocky cosmological phenomenon. The incident, aside from property damage and loss of life, was downplayed by authorities as not all that big of a deal. Meteors. It seems he has been collecting scraps from the news over the years. These articles go back decades. John, look at a piece of paper taped to the wall. Son, if you're reading this, it means you are now strong enough to lift the safe. You are now a man. As such, you are entitled to what is inside. I know you will take this responsibility seriously. I am so proud of you. John, turn the card over. Back. April 13th, 1990. What year? We can actually figure this out if we go into Chrome. And we go. Can you hear me? Yeah, this probably works. Guess about that. Calendar. What the fuck am I doing? Probably shouldn't have. Not too many people saw that, because I probably shouldn't have done that. It's called Danish. It's a really stupid language, but so is English. It's a language I speak, because I'm Danish. I don't know if you knew this. You probably didn't. I used to speak that on my channel, but I switched like last year or something. He's also Danish. He's also Danish. Anyway, John, look at the piece of paper taped to the wall. Yeah, blah, blah. John, turn the card over. 024913. You guess this is a combination to the safe? This is completely useless. John, examine the back of the capture lock card on the floor. I guess these are all serious? Or are they a capital one O's? Zeros would probably make more sense for an empty card, don't you think? John, capture lock the card. John, enter code on back of card into the signings. John, punch card. Wait, John, before you punch that. Oh, I was about to say, if you first took note of the code, then removed the card from the card, you could have punched the blank one. You would have only burned one card instead of two. Oh yeah, you're right. Damn it. John threw a hat down in disgust. Capture lock, punch, capture lock card. Sweet catch. What? Two cards still at X. Inventory of dumbasses. John, level up. Wait, no. Go back. Did it actually kill the thing? Yeah, it did. Pesky urchin, yeah! Colonel Sasuke, level up for slaying the imp. The colonel soars new heights on the echelon ladder, reaching the rung, one-man John Love vacuum, and pocket 9,550 boon dollars. Chump change for the genteel, aristocratic southern colonel. Bathtub, level up for slaying the imp. The bathtub searches heroically and surpasses the rung Archimedes' aqua cradle, proceeding directly to Vanted Rock, Taff Jammer. The tub makes off with a cool 490 boon dollars. The tub's basin capacity remains unaffected. Safe, level up for slaying the imp. Safe for slain in battle. A great flaming nautical pyre carries it off to Valhalla. Valhalla! John, make your way up those stairs post-haste. I'm not sure, they look pretty precarious to you. I'm sure these stairs are perfectly navigable. Lad, scramble. Those goddamn stupid stairs. Oh, no. Dave, ignore little Cal and find the beta. Wander over to the place where your bro keeps a sweet turntable. Here. Man, that setup's sweet. You feel pangs of jealousy whenever you walk by. Really cool jealousy, like the kind where you, instead of getting all worked about it, you don't actually get. One of your brothers, Brad. Extremely expensive ninja swords is missing though. You know this drill all too well. Troubles are brewing. Dave, take expensive ninja sword. What sword? Dave, exit your bro's room. Approach the exit door you haven't seen before. Looks like one of your bro's ironic comments he left for you to check out. What have I done? Animal? Please start breathing. Oh god, please breathe. Okay, I believe time is over. God, oh god, oh god. What will Nanny do to me if she finds out? No one can ever know. I have to hide the body. But where? Think. Imagination. Ah, the one time I really need you. Hello, Ralph. Play a game. I want to play a game. I want to play a game. Some of the stuff you know, he's just leaving around to get under your skin. This is obvious not employing this relentless siege of one-upmanship to get your goat. Same goat you've been meaning to fleet like, ironically. That would still have to wait for some appropriate time. You think he knows that deep down you feel like you're still not ironic enough to get stuff like this, and this is probably some weird gauntlet like he's throwing down to see if you will get it. But honestly, you think this material is a little too ironic. Don't need to see this shit right now. Dave, go into the kitchen. No sign of bro here either. Aside from the absurd quantity of awesome, dangerous stuff he leaves lying around. Dave, transfer katana to strike Specibus. Within the escalating sense of threat, you think it's time to shift your katana to your Specibus. Figure it's better to free up the card anyway, since you might need to grab some of the stuff. Dave, set blender to mix. Here's your bro, suck some fade blood capsules in the puppet. Pretty gross. Spot one of your bro's many webcams nearby recording the incident. Seems you may have just been an unwittingly accessory to some sort of grisly puppet snuff film. But not totally sure how you feel about that. Dave, capture lock Buster Sword from behind microwave. This might be the only thing in the whole apartment that's a bigger piece of shit than your own sword. Put it back behind the microwave where it belongs. Dave set blender to crush ice. Just sort of bouncing around there, making a bit of a mess now. Dave, hide evidence's microwave. See, like, his hobbies are cool and all. You guess he's got to put some his shit somewhere, but what if you just wanted to heat up a burrito or something? It's pretty much useless. Dave, grab those fireworks. Capture log all the fireworks. Sync has to offer. You just know these are going to come in handy. Why would they be in the sink if they weren't? Looks like one of them is still stuck in the garbage disposal. Dave, capture lock shurikens. Grab the shurikens and hey, careful where you're putting that stuff, especially if you're looking to turn yourself into a powder cake full of sharp things. You put the box of fireworks back into cart 5 and prepare to start or cart 3 apparently. That's that you guess. Dave, take nunchaku. You take the nunchaku, once again grabbing without thinking ahead. First you capture lock the box again, which adeptly avoiding the shuriken trap, which you yourself said only moments ago. Okay, you again round up all the fireworks. Time to regroup here. Dave, capture lock each shuriken individually. Grab each shuriken one at a time, knocking out those nunchakus. But no worries, you've got a plan. Dave, capture lock nunchucks. You take the nunchucks. Everything seems to be in order now. It would have been badass to go with the authentic Japanese names for each weapon, but sometimes you just gotta compromise with this modus. Dave, examine fetch modus. Flip over your fetch modus and check out the back. Not really sure where it is you're keeping this thing. Oh well, who cares? Dave, press the check button. No, hell no. And after all this stuff you went through to get that stuff situated, this is potentially a very dangerous button. Dave, change your Scrabble points from hash modus. Program your modus with the Scrabble points hash function, adding it to the list. Might be a cool function to use, but it looks like you'll have to empty to your Silodex to set it. You're just not gonna do that yet. No way. Dave, check the box. Detect collisions. Okay. Dave, take the skateboard. And just what is this guy so happy about? What's he looking up there? You think if you see one more soft bulbous bottom being like just kind of jutting out of the improvement or whatever, you're gonna fly off the handle. Take the skateboard. Actually, no, you don't. The collision has been detected. Take the wheeled ride. Man, your inventory's nomenclature is getting lamer by the minute. Plug the unplugged power cord. Take the power cord. Wait, no, that's not going to work. Okay, think of a new word for power cord. Take the battery pack. Damn it! Take the battery pack. Using Y as a consonant, you're still reluctant. Accepts. It's a tactic notoriously employed by hash map noobs, but you just don't care about that now. Besides, it's not like your bro is around to see. Ah! Dave, search for some mad snacks, yo. Oh, wait, just a little Caligan. You can never stay mad at him. Anyway, you've got to get this rude hunger under control. Figured you ought to scope the fridge out for some grub. This hunger is so ill mannered, they could take a room full of naughty soda. Snooty dogwaggers commit suicide. I got more shitty swords. Of course, you know that one there. You're not even sure why you look. If you want to keep any food or beverages in this apartment, you pretty much got no choice but to hide away stuff away in your closet. Swords. To hell with it. You tried to take the entire jumble of unbelievably shitty swords and you brave yourself for. Looks like that works, actually. You captured off the jumble of unbelievably shitty swords. Dave, use Ice Maker. It's still hot around here. You dispense several cherry bombs. Wait. Is that looking at you in your reflection? Where'd the little dude scamper off to this time? Dave, capture lock cherry bombs. You go for the cherry bombs. 9. Successfully. After mulling it over for a bit, you take the red spherical salutes. Dave, take blender. Blender is a simple word. You can already tell that's not going to work. Instead, you take the whirling blade pitcher. That's really a much better name for it anyway, you think. Dave, activate garbage disposal. Stuff down Mr. Purple Guy into the garbage disposal, Dave. I'm still not sure what so happy about or what he's looking up there. What he's looking at up there. While you're at it, you dump the contents of the blender. I mean the whirling blade pitcher into this disposal, but you suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal head jam. You know, there's something in the reflection. Something above you. Hello, Dave. Patch up the crawl space above your apartment. Girl's always tucking away. Is there really only a single guy? Who is it? Please, so I can, see who it is. Say something. This is sad. Oh, it's just unknown. Hi, unknown. Oh, uh, remember to like the stream. Remember to like the stream, unknown. Also, to anyone who chat is a bit delayed. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. It's always a bit delayed. But hey, like the stream. Let's vote to anyone currently watching, the 2 people that are, and also anyone who might watch it later. Please like and subscribe. Also do that. It's a hatch to the crawl space above your apartment. Blah blah blah. Tucking blah blah blah. Tucking away in there when he's bursting out his rad substance. He's so slick that dangling cord never even jostles. You just know he's been being ironic with these weird mind games. There's no way anyone could be serious about aping those shitty movies. Dave used the turntables and cinder blocks to make a fort. It's a pretty sweet fort you just made, and you're pretty sure your brother would agree. Under different circumstances, you might be high-fiving over it right now. But rather than get inside and take her for a spin, you just really need to use it to get up to that hatch. Dave, yank cord. It is time to face your destiny. No going back now. Oh. No. Squish. Wow, he managed to keep all his glasses on him. Yeah, there was pretty much no way there wasn't going to be a bunch of puppets in there. Oh, and it's this one. Again, we have already read this, though. Dave reads the notes on the hatch. Bro, roof, now. Bring Cal. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Dave burst out of the puppet pile like the one. Dave, be the other guy. You're now the other guy. John, take towels and sheets from bed and make a tent. This is so much fun. A huge waste of time, yes, but so much fun! You go, Egbert. John, carve a totem of the punch pogo card. Got the punch card containing the pogo right into the slot, and carve a totem from one of the Cruxide dowels. John, repeat process with other cards and dowels. You use the cards containing the code for the hammer, as well as the one with the random code you punched over the shaving cream card for the hell of it. You carve the respective totems for the cards. John, do the same thing with capture lock card. Make a totem for the capture lock card. Looking pretty bare bones for a totem if you ask. Rose, collect totems. Throw the tones in your Athenium. Rose, produce capture lock card. The alchemitor requires 1 unit of any type of crystal to produce 1 card. You decide to use shale since it seems less generally useful than bilcrys as of now. You make a whole bunch of them. Oh, did you make all of these? Yes, sweet, thanks. What did you do with all the blue wobbly vase looking things? I brought the totems out of the alchemitor to test them. I'm taking some things into my own hands to save some time. Okay. You create a hammer at the expense of 2 units of build grist. Make a pogo ride too, -5 build, 2 and 1 shade. Use the totem carved in with a random code you create a rocket pack. with some random crap stuck inside. It looks like a cinder block, a violin, and a flower pot. The item seems to have rendered the device completely inoperable. You figure you might as well put this piece of junk to use. John, collect cards. Using a little strategy, first you grab Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by my... Then you are ejected PDA, then the book again to flush the cards into your deck. John, turn on detect collisions. Look at fetch mode, but find no such option. This is idiotic. John, read book. Be the wise guy. Wise guy from the street to the script. This is a... I don't know what this is. It's probably just for some dumb reason. You never really understood what Cavani's relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about him. His ambivalent attitude towards your favorite magician in these anecdotes always struck you as a little weird. And to be honest, you tend not to read much of the text in this book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for all the cool tricks. A hole in the ace. Oh yeah, that's right, the old hole in the ace trick. Interesting enough, pretending to punching holes in cards and making them disappear and stuff. And we're never really strong enough to make this one work all that well either. Actually, this gives you an idea. You overlap two of the punch cards. They mask each other's hole patterns. John, put both cards in totem lathe. Carve another totem using a new combined hole pattern. John, take it to the alchemitor. Oh man, looks like Rose made like 1,000,000 hammers for some reason. Get all this shit out of the way. You're about to make something sweet. You got the pogo hammer! Yo! What did you do? I combined the cards and the laughing and made this. It is so sweet, man. Look at me go! See, that was a really good idea, John. Nice work. I got the idea from Harry Anderson. Who? You know the show night cohort? No. Oh. Well, bottom line is, he's awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. John, attack the nearest imp to test Pogo's hammer strength. Get a vicious rhythmic bouncing combo going and easily slay the imp in one blow. Even the Pogo Rider catapulted sky high in the process. Sweet catch! Rose Pester John. Hey, that was a pretty nice sweet catch. Save. Oh yeah, that. This is pretty comfy. Why don't you just like carry the bed around me with it? Up to the gate up here then. Can't interact with you directly or anything that you're touching if it will result in moving. See? Oh, lame. The game probably regards that as a kind of cheating. In a way, theming you of your free will as an adventurer and the need to advance your own skill and ingenuity. The server player is just a facilitator. Well, okay. All of that scurrying around kind of wore me out. I think I'm going to rest here for a bit. Rose, can you keep the imps at bay, like dropping stuff on them if they sneak too close? Oh, you should pick up your hammer and defend yourself. What? Come on! I have no idea what the hell Dave is up to, or if he's any closer to recovering the game. Stuff I'd like to try in case he doesn't come, though. Alright. Just gonna rest my eyes here a second, though. John, sleep. Oh, Toby Fox! I think this might be the first song Toby Fox made for Homestuck. Rose, check Alchemy Excursus. Looks like some sort of index documenting all the known results for punch card alchemy combinations. This could be a convenient resource as you start to stumble on more useful card combinations, but ever since John started punching cards, we've been contemplating other ways to use this item manufacturing systems could be put to use, in particular, if you obtain the code for any item at your disposal. Yay, more Undertale reference. Yeah, Undertale. It's the reason why I'm actually, reading this. It's because Toby Fox worked on it, and also I'm kind of interested in what it's actually about, and so far it's been a lot of fun. I love this sort of slowly building a base, fighting off enemies, learning about it, crafting in this way. It's just neat. This could be a... Oh, well... In particular, if you obtain the code for any item at your disposal, you think you could theoretically send the code to John and he could make it himself. Nice if you can think of anything that would be worth sending to him. Rose, Capture Lock Suburb Server CD. And rejected this can capture lock the server CD. Rose message John capture code. Oh, god damn it. Thanks, Palm 2 times combo. Yes, John, wake up. Yay, we're back! More Toby Fox! Boot Gushers. Someone is pestering him. Who is it? Hey! Oh, there you are. How's your adventure going, John? It's okay. I am making some progress, and Rose finally connected again, so she's helping me now. That's good. Oh, but like... I don't think I'm actually saving the world here. I don't know what I'm really accomplishing, but I guess it's not that. Well, I think whatever it is, it must be pretty important. Don't lose hope, John. I think it will turn out for the best if you stay positive. Just keep listening to your grandmother's advice. Yeah, you're probably right. But I don't think I mentioned that to you, did I? Oh, I don't know you. I don't know, didn't you? I don't know. Maybe you talked to Rose or Dave about it or something. Yeah, maybe that was it. They're really weird when they talk to me about you. Like, they're always trying to convince me you have some spooky powers, but I'm always like, no, she seems like a pretty regular girl to me. When I think back, maybe there are times when it seems like you know some things. Like, maybe you know more about a thing than you were telling me. I don't know. Oh, well, John. I want to explain lots of things to you. Some things that I know. I'm just waiting. Waiting for what? Oh, John! I forgot I was messaging you about the meteor that fell near my house. Yeah, what? Oh yeah, whatever happened with that? Oh boy. Well, first I was confused about it. Really confused. See, I guess I fell asleep for a while and lost track of time. That happens. Yeah, no, just tell me about it. Maybe you should like wear an alarm clock or something. So what was the deal with the meteor? Well, it's hard to explain, but I don't know what it is now. And now I know everything is going to be okay. So what is it? Or are you just gonna tell? Is this another thing you're waiting to tell me? Oh God, I really can't wait to tell you all this stuff, but I can't yet. I need to think. I really think you need to wake up first, huh? Well, okay, not literally. Okay, maybe kind of literally. Ugh, stop being so confusing. Well, anyway, time for you to go, John. I think you have some company. Garnostic sees pestering exobiologists that time not existent because time doesn't exist in the spur world, or the medium as it's called. John, quickly grab the pogo hammer. Stick the pogo hammer back in your drive specifiers and get ready to kill some of those pesky little... Huh, what's that? Oh no. Physical therapist sees pestering ectobiologist. Rose, why are you dropping something on that thing? Oh no. John, be the imp. You be the imp and quickly abscond the fuck out of there. This is what weaker adversaries do when things get too hard to handle, which is frequently. John, prepare for a boss battle. First boss time! Stop being the imp, because that was stupid, and scurry over to your magic chest that you suddenly remember was on the roof. There are some things in there that would be good to stock up on a major battle, but it looks like someone has plundered your chest. This is so outrageous! You're being ambushed! There isn't much room to maneuver on the sloping roof. Maybe you should consider making your way to higher ground. John, ascend to the highest point of the house. Go up there. John looked down. Peek over the edge. It seems like a long way down to your yard, not even to speak of whatever's below. Hey, weren't your trick handcuffs dangling from that branch earlier? I mean, why do imps got to be making off with all your sweet gear? John, turn around. Rude ogre. Wait, is that Comic Sans? That's cool. You're confronted with a pair of enormous foes. This is it. You have no choice but to wage a fierce rooftop battle. This is totally going to happen. It could in no way conceivably be interrupted by a sudden shift in our attention. It's go time. It's time to do this thing. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. David, stop being the other guy. You stop being the other guy. You're not even sure what that meant anyway. As Dave ascends to the highest point of the building. Upwards movement. Dave owns. Calibration. This is awesome. Yeah, realistic time! This sounds awesome. It seems to be raining. Psych! Oh wait. Double psych out combo. You're now a wayward vagabond. WV, retreat. Got him already. WV, examine rotten pumpkin. A pumpkin. WV, check the little red bar. It appears to be a gauge for a large power cell, perhaps fueled by some type of nuclear reaction. If this is the case, it is relatively low on fuel. Who knows how long it has been running here? We do not care about this sort of nonsense, and you will disregard it at once. You are very hungry. WV, capture lock, can of gravy. Capture lock? I have no idea what that means. It is total nonsense, and you do not know what to make of it. Do not give this foolish notion a second thought. WV, pick up the can of gravy. Just pick it up. Pick it up. And I'm holding the can of gravy. WV, use sharp teeth to poke a hole in the lid of the can. Your teeth are useless for a task. They're blunt like that of livestock, presumably suitable for plant matter, not for puncturing metal. WV, attempt to open the can with your weak, pathetic digits. Your weak, pathetic digits are not strong enough to penetrate the can. Fingers are certainly pointy, though, and your black carapace is suitably rigid. I just don't have enough muscle for the task. V, take the can labeled beans. Okay, you take that too. We have the examined can of custard. The can clearly reads mustard, and the fact of which you were already well aware. It's sort of cumbersome holding all these cans at once. You doubt you can hold any more than this, maybe one or two. You need to find something else to put stuff off in if you want to carry a lot of things around. BB, examine marking on wrist. Cans and take a look on your wrist. Sort of specialized barcode pattern. Let's bring back unpleasant memories, and you would prefer not to dwell on it. UV, examine the small potted plant. What plant? WV, check book on human etiquette. It appears half the pages of the books have been eaten. The dawning volume is considerably lighter than it once was. You're somewhat skeptical about the nutritional value contained by these pages. However, of the practical wisdom they contain, there can be little doubt you have learned much. Clear out all the cans inside the purple machine. You attempt the peculiar cabinet and take a quick inventory of your canned goods. You have beans, mustard, gravy, bread, shrimp, asparagus, cheese, rice, corn, peas, flour, chestnuts, mayo, ham, potatoes, and squash. Such bountiful plenty, and yet the delight to target with it from within their small metal presence. Search room for can opener. Already looked all over the place for a can opener, even making a few electronic inquiries about one to no avail. Nothing else inside the purple thing either. WV, located a nearby sharp outfit. Really good trusty knife. It's actually you're not sure what they're called. It's an old rusted one of those red mailbox arm swing flappy doodads, either for letting you know there is mail in the box, or maybe for alerting the mailman to outgoing mail to be collected. This is probably not going to age well, but I think this guy's going to be one of the characters in the future. Well, it's definitely not a guy I know about. I know a tiny bit about Homestuck, but not much. But yeah, this guy's probably going to be pretty important. I do like that fake out. That was the double fake out even. It was even more funny. It's an old... You don't really know, really. You wrapped a little piece of cloth around it for a grip. It is useless for opening cans. WB, be the imp. Means nothing to you. You are not an imp. You have no idea what an imp is. You will not entertain such frivolous and childish ideas ever again. You feel stupid and hate yourself a little for even considering it. Become the mayor of Cantown. As the glorious founder and mayor of Cantown, you erect a dignified, majestic city hall out of cans. Perfectly kept. It's home of good manners. For the roof. You've given yourself a very official and important-looking mayoral sash made out of old cables to complete your look of authority. A number of rather civic-minded citizen cans gather in front of this building to offer adulation to their fair and magnanimous leader. All is well. You immerse yourself in this beautiful dream as you whittle away the minutes, or perhaps hours. You love the idea of being a mayor. You love everything about mayors. The concept of an orderly civil democracy. It all seems so manly and responsible to you. Everyone is friendly and happy, and the city runs like clockwork. The foundation of the government is based on mutual respect between the leader and its people. It is also built on having a really great mayor that everyone loves, who is totally amazing and heroic and brave. Mayors are so much better than kings you hate. I am so happy. I got this. Hi, phrase. Hi. I'm glad you're happy. What, are you surprised that I acknowledge your existence? Maybe you aren't. I do that basically everyone who chats because there's not a lot of people. I wish there were more. But there's literally only 2 people, including you. Hi. Welcome to Homestuck. We're being anti-monarchist right now. Mayors are so much better than kings. You hate kings and you think kings are really stupid. They're petty, bossy tyrants and are really full of themselves and basically... I think never stop reading Homestuck. Homestuck. Was that an intentional typo? Yeah, it was. It was definitely an intentional typo. It is pretty gay. Spiritually, at least. Homestuck. They're petty, bossy tyrants and are really full of themselves and basically awful in every way. God, you hate the king. Hate kings. WV, explore west of Cantown. Over here is the other side of the room. There's another one of those purple storage boxes and some useless objects scattered on the floor. Is that uranium? WV, use glowing green rock to open cans. Pick up the nugget of uranium and... Oh! That was stupid. Why did you do that? Examine box of crayons. Crayola chalk. It's chalk num nuts. Inside the box there are 12 pieces of chalk in every color of the 10 pieces of chalk in most colors of the rainbow. I'm excited by this. WV, try to open the storage box. It's locked. There must be some sort of release mechanism for this. WV, examine contents of a yellow container. The container is full of motor oil. This does not seem useful to you right now. WV, rescue that poor lightning bug. There's nothing you can do for this new little friend. Attempting to crush the amber, gazing firefly would likely cause it harm. It nevertheless bravely flashes on. You find its light alluring, inspiring. To you, it seems as if it could quite easily serve as a light of democracy. WV, use the chalk to draw some roads. You sketch a handsome network of sprawling thoroughfares for your citizens to traverse. The adoring population applauds its mayor's keen instincts for city planning. You even add some lush vegetation to your city with a piece of blue chalk, because you can't find seem to find a more suitable color for some reason. You hate it. WB, lay a chalk foundation for Cantown's civic growth. Develop westward, settling for those fertile lands and claiming them for your city. You section off a number of residential and commercial zones for civic growth, arranged in the only logical pattern that occurs to you. Color the residential zones with your piece of white chalk, but for some reason none of the colors in your box seems suitable for the commercial zones. Perhaps there is an alternative. So use your own pee for the commercial zones. You cannot urinate because you have not had anything to drink in quite some time. You are very thirsty. Also, that is a really terrible idea and you would not consider your wonderful city in that way for even a moment. WV, use Merle to designate commercial zones. Fill each empty square with a bit of motor oil to complete the zoning. Looks rather striking to you. You can hardly imagine that an up-and-coming young man trying to make it in the world would not be delighted and live in your fair district. Very careful not to any of the unpleasant fluid to your person. Peel label from can of mayo and fix to sash. Survey surroundings, search for more terrain for city. Seems you have run out of territory for your western expansion, but there's still a lot of empty wall space. Perhaps your citizen would be the colorful backdrop that would make them feel more at home. As you immerse your imagination in an entire piece of sky blue chalk, you have decided that very closely orbiting your city is a luminous planet which orbits a single moon. Switch to another shade of blue to continue rendering on the western wall. Orbiting much further from your city are 4 planets. None of these have satellites. You have decided, yes, that makes sense, you think. There's this techie one, this one with weird clouds, this one that's falling apart, and this one which just looks like a black hole. And on this. That's John running around smacking things. And on the southern wall, behind an impenetrable veil of darkness, occupying the furthest orbit, yet there is an ominous planet. A moon circles this one too. Check the rampaging boy on the screen. Oh yeah, it's that guy. You had almost completely forgotten about him and his confusing shenanigans. It seems like he has things well in hand at the moment. He does not appear to need your help. You have already concluded he cannot help you, at least for the time being. WV, turn on the other 3 screens. You have no idea how to turn these on. There's no mouse for this weird quadro-monitored computer. It can only be operated through text commands from its keyboard. Perhaps there's a special key or command which allows you to switch to another monitor? WV, press tab. Oh. Consume several cans. You breathe the heavenly brown elixir from the jewels of pink carapace and imbibe like the wind. It's so sweet and sugary. You wonder how much sugar can fit in one can. Whatever mighty wizard concocted this potion is truly deserving of your fear and respect. Welcome the rest into the city. The taps are naturalized as loyal new citizens of Cantown. All cans are welcome and equal in your city, regardless of can content, and whether empty or full. It's not like emptying a can kills it or anything. They are just cans after all. WV, hit escape. Feeling refreshed? Heavily caffeinated, you go back to work on the big computer. You hit escape, which seems to minimize this action window. The history of all the commands you've entered. I'll see you as the guy writing those things. I thought this was Nanoquin, but apparently it's this guy. Use the arrow key to scroll up a bit. You can't believe how much you've already typed into this stupid contraption. What a waste of time. Scroll up, all the way up to your first command. It looks like there are more commands above it. Maybe someone was entering commands in this thing before you. There aren't many more at the top of the list. It has to be a very first command. Type switch 2. Activate screen 2. The signal is garbled, you have no idea what you're looking at. Some sort of filthy backup pleading for help. No one's around and nothing is happening. You seem to be locked out of any sort of interaction with whatever happening on this monitor. Switch 3. It's another one of these rapscallions. The monitor is locked too. Can't tell him what to do. Not that you really want to, since it just looks like more confusing nonsense to you. Consider switching to screen 4, but decide against it. You have a feeling that whatever confuse you even more, and you don't really care all that much anyway. Maybe type home. All 4 screens activate. Together they display a countdown, starting at 4 hours and 13 minutes. Type reboot. You can't. Nothing is working anymore. This seems to have disabled your keyboard. Be the mayor. Enough of this nonsense. You are an important mayor, and this absurd contraption has wasted enough of your time. You've got a city to govern with a carapace fist. Which is to say firm, yet polished, and supple as the situation demands. Anyway, this will help you kill some time while you wait for the clock to count down. WV, create employment opportunities for the citizen cans. You temporarily dismantle City Hall to free up all the can power available to create a vigilant town militia. Divide them into 2 groups, marking teams in ranks using the piece of white chalk and motor oil. Organize them in a phalanx across the countryside, preparing for a stiff training regimen. When you are thorough with them, your forces will be a well-oiled machine. Chalk another one up to bold leadership. Love the puns. SWV. Lead your men to victory. 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 Lead your Waste more than 4 hours on this tomfoolery. Checkmate. On the loss of citizen tab. The caffeinated shivering must have agitated all the little bubbles curiously hidden in the liquid, causing too much pressure in the can. You speculate this is why it exploded as you nervously eye the timer. Starting to wonder what will happen when it reaches 0. Maybe it would be best not to be near it when it happens, minutes in the future. No, perhaps not as few as implied by circumstances. The maker of Medicant trundles precious cargo beneath the gleam of this celestial ominous. Hi. WV, go outside and get some sun. Say a bittersweet goodbye to your beloved. It's time to move on to greener pastures, by which of course you mean an arid, sandy wasteland upon which nothing green has grown in years. The door shuts behind you. A panel on the door becomes illuminated. As you ponder over the marks of the panel, you hear another mechanical sound overhead. The LCD panel appears to have a touchscreen interface. WD curiously prod the funny-looking spirograph. Here's the funniest-looking spirograph room is locked. The floor rotates a full 360 degrees beneath you, while the surrounding wall seems to be stay put. You select the triangle fractal. Triangle fractal room does not appear to be locked. Floor turns 120 degrees and the door opens. You go through the door to find another room. It's the same size as the one you just wasted all that time in. While the clock was ticking down to something which may or may not be your doom, maybe there's something in here that will help you escape. Against the wall there is another perplexing contraption. The opposite wall is some sort of control panel which catches your eye. 2 large screens, but only one appears to be active. There are fields for numbers which appear to be modifiable with the dials. Dials to the right. Some numbers are already supplied by default, perhaps entered by the previous user. There are a few buttons below, the largest one bearing a symbol marking this room. Also looks like there's a meter stick propped up for some reason. Attach your trusty knife to the meter stick. Perfectly craft a measuring spear. Though possibly the most advanced form of alchemy employed thus far, this is obviously not the most important thing to do first. Obviously. Or it would obviously be an important thing if you had remembered to bring your trusty knife. You feel so insecure without your trusty knife. It makes you want to slit your wrists. Or at the very least, flop your carapace with some sort of measuring apparatus. WV, look at the other wall. Examine the perplexing contraption across the room. You, of course, have no idea what could possibly do. Adopt the only obvious course of action, which is to poke and prod it with your handy ruler. You are quite sure this is what science is all about. WV, press the triangle pattern. You go back to the control panel, which obviously controls that gizmo, and you push the big blue button, which is obviously probably the most obvious thing to push. Examine. You purify a pumpkin. WV, examine pumpkin. It seems this mysterious gore was transported, purified, from a specific time and location somewhere on this planet you are on. You wonder if the machine, a purifier, will take any object that exists at whatever time and location you supply. There's a symbol carved on the pumpkin. You don't know what it means, and you doubt it will ever prove to be relevant in any way. Pretty sure that's the face of... I don't know what its name is, but pretty important character. WV, devour pumpkin. Consider dining on the ripe flesh of the plump vegetable. But your curiosity about their purifier gets the better of you. You try to sneak a nibble from the pumpkin nonetheless. WV, inspect green buttons. I don't know who. Hey Elliot, I don't know who phrases. I just know they're pretty cool, and they should totally subscribe if they're still here. I'm calling you out personally. Subscribe. You first examine the attractive green buttons. The icon for the one on the left is the house shape you've seen plenty of times before. It's okay, no blame here. And the right one on closer inspection appears to be the map for this underground facility with an X marking its center. WV, press green button on right. Gets up. Aw, thank you. See. When we reached over. Wow, 2 people are beefing in my chat. That's cool. Anyway, you press the button. Bakasan. Oh, cool. You can do that if you want to. I'm not gonna be happy with it, but you can. Did you that easily get a crush on me? That's... Yes. God damn it. Thanks? You're very weird. I'll admit that. I'm not very happy about this because I think this type of stuff is really cringy. I do believe love at first sight can be... Well, I don't believe in love at first sight. I can believe in attraction at first sight. It's a different thing. I think these 2 people might know each other, and whatever it is, I love the fact that they're beefing in my chat. This is hilarious. Of course, I have a Homestuck livestream while some cat girl or something is crushing on me, and their friend is having an argument about it. This is hilariously stupid, and I love it. Anyway, you push the button. All of the numbers change. Perhaps these are the coordinates for the location. I think we're missing out on some very interesting lore. I don't think that's how it works, but what people who read Homestuck are designed to be mine. I don't think that's how this works. I'll say it simply. Karkai can hear telling you are anti-Semitic. I don't know what the fuck that means. Are you saying that to me? Or to phrase? Elliot? Elliot, answer me. You aren't answering me. Who are you calling anti-Semitic? Okay. Wow. This is the weirdest thing ever. I don't know who's joking here. Honestly, I don't really think I care. These 2 people are beefing for some reason in my chat, and I don't care. Sure, you can post it on Reddit if you want. What? I don't know what this is. This is peak content experience. I have 3 viewers. Two of them are weird and dumb and beefing with each other. Well, Frank's is being weird and cringy, and Elliot is kind of just annoyed at them. And apparently, this phrase person now has a crush on me. Alright, we'll keep reading. We can't continue for much longer, but whatever. Oh, you have already read the whole thing, Elliot? That's cool. That's cool. Anyway. It might be stupid, but stupid is sometimes really funny, and also why I'm streaming this. Anyway, let's continue. You push the button, all of the numbers change. Perhaps these are the coordinates for the location of the sensor of this facility, along with the local date and time. If this is the case, it would be a useful reference point for your current bearings. No problem, man. You seem pretty cool if, cool. Or shit, ain't that a bit cruel? I know Homestuck has some pretty interesting stuff in it, but, whatever. WV, fiddle with the dials. Only one way to find out this would be to attempt to appear something from this facility. It should be easy to zero in on a location relative to the sensor because you have an uncanny knack for tracking precise distances you have already traversed. Elliot. Comet. Comet. Please, dude, you're working yourself up way too much over this. I mean, I love the chatting, but you, yeah, it's probably time to eat something, unfortunately. See you later. One way to find out would be to attempt to purify something from this facility. It should be easy to zero in on a location relative to your computer sensor. Because there are 2 options for your phrase if you want to know what happens. If you really want to know what happens, you can either stop being cringy, or you can read the webcomic yourself. Easy as that. Also, we're probably not gonna continue for much longer. I gotta, like, stop soon. This is funny. But, you know. It should be easy to zero in on what location relative to the sensor because you have an uncanny knack for tracking precise distances you have already traversed in whatever unit you choose. Your handy ruler gives you a good clue as to the basic unit of human measurement. You will go with that. WV, I purify your trusty knife. You nudge the coordinates very slightly and bump up the elevation by 0.5 human measurement units. You will make sure to keep the time approximately what it was to begin with. Appear your trusty knife. We purify your trusty knife. We purify Canton. You notch his numbers a bit more and purify a bunch of cans. This is so much more efficient than walking back to the other room to get them. But to believe that time is a premium after all. WV, de-purify the pumpkin. Does this machine look like a de-purifier to you? Honestly, the idea that a purifier could both purify and de-purify things is so laughably ridiculous. You would wish someone would de-purify your brain and purify with a brain that is more smart and less dumb. WV, use trusty knife to carve spook schema and pumpkin. What the hell are you talking about? That idea makes no sense at all and is basically meaningless. Try using that mushy stuff in your gourd next time. Instead, you just carve off the top, exposing your decadent cache of gorgeous seed-laden ambrosia. Needless to say, you consume all of it rather quickly, but it turns out to be too gross to watch. Move spirograph switch. You cannot move it. And it's a spirograph-shaped indentation, and will possibly require a special kind of key to turn it. WV, purify firefly out of the amber. Release your blinky new friend. You will give her a name when something suitably whimsical occurs to you. Adjust time dial to purify a rotten pumpkin. You and Serenity. Consider new ways to waste more time with the purifier. You're observing she is a girl firefly. You're not really sure that fireflies can even be girls. You would target the extremely tasty rotten pumpkin that was sitting in the other room hours ago. Seems the purifier cannot purify something if it will create a time paradox. A gelatinous ghost pumpkin purifies and quickly dissolves into a pile of unappetizing sludge. WV, purify the grate over the entrance to the facility. Serenity blinks a message of urgency. You nearly forgot that while trapped in the amber, she was witness to all your tomfoolery and dilly-dallying in the other room, and knows the time is about to expire. It is time to get the show on the road and escape. Reset the coordinates with the right button again, and this time only adjust the elevation by approximately 10 human measurement units. That works. SWV, hasten to the exit. Post haste! Suburban Reservoir. Psych? Oh wait. Unpsych. You attempt the rare and highly dangerous 5x cliffhanger combo and fail. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. SWV, ascent. Whoa. Oh, it's a spaceship! That's cool. Or at least, like, something that flies. Fiende. Whoa, that was cool. And then just loops that, I suppose. End of Act 2. That's probably the perfect time to end, then. Thanks for this reading. Yeah, if you want, for some reason, keep looking at your, the YouTuber, random YouTuber you have a crush on. I'll probably be streaming this at some point again. Because I want more of this. I really want more Homestuck. It's an awesome series, and I really want more of it. And maybe there'll be more than, like, 2 people. More of the time. Yeah, whatever. Keep the parasociality to a, minimum. Please. I'm going to be very annoyed if you continue being weird and cringy and parasocial. Well, you can be weird, just not cringy and parasocial. I'm gonna keep you to that promise or I'll make someone ban you. Anyway, to everyone who says this, who has watched this, both people who, the one person who's actually watching currently, live, and everyone else who might watch this in the future, thank you for watching this. This has been a lot of fun, and, yeah, cheers up!